Good evening guys, how are you? I hope you guys are doing very well and welcome on this new video from Extreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Of course, as usual, first things first, we need to talk about Angela's performance for the past week and her signals, and in my opinion they are doing really very well. Um, Past week was not as expected, but it was very good actually. We can see that the results showing that from 18th till 22 March, she was doing very well. Only on March 18 and March 22, there was some downs and the trades went against us. But that is not a problem. That is fine because those who have followed the signals properly, they gained a very good profit on 19th, 20th, and 21. A small losses here and there, but that is normal because it's not likely you can win all of the trades. So again, very well done, Angela, and thank you for the good performance. Please, guys, if you wish to join the service, you can check Angela's link on the description. For Telegram, you can contact her and join the premium group immediately. Now, for this video, I wanted to make it sure that I want to clear my idea about the stop loss. I am totally against stop loss, and in my opinion, stop loss is what's going to make you lose in Forex. Now, there is a few rules that we need to understand when we are trading. We need to make sure that we are not using big lots. Always be sure that you are using a small lot compared to your size account. I decided that I want to show you something here from my live account. Let me just prove that this is live account. Hold on. I just need to drag this down here a little bit, and you can see this is live 05. So this is my live account, no games playing here. And you can see all these trades have been made, and you can see the profits that was made on this account. And I want you to notice something, the lot size. The lot size here is actually small. It's not that big for that account, for the amount in that account. It's small compared to that account. So these slots I'm using there are totally fine. So they are not so big. So what's the trick here? The trick here is when you're having big account, for example, let's say, where is my tool? When you have account of, for example, a $2,000, it's totally fine to use lot size of 0.50 because this is actually convenient. It's acceptable to use 0.50 on $2,000 account. But using lot size, let me tell you something. I need to make it clear here. Hold on. Let me make it clear, please. When we are using the lot size on the account, for example, you have here account of $2,000 and you have the lot, or sorry, you have account of $50. Okay? So this is $50 and this is $50. This is $2,000 and $50. You can use the lot size 0.50 on each of them when you're trading. So when you open a trade, you can use the lot 0.50 on $50 account, and you can use the lot 0.50 on $2,000 account. Now, what's the difference? The difference here that if one trade here goes wrong, you will perhaps lose all your account. You will lose all of your money. But in this scenario here, we have a different case. If you lose the trade of 0.50 lot on this big account of $2,000, now you are actually safe because your loss, if it occurs, it will not be even 5% of your account. We are talking about a loss of 30, 40 maybe dollars, in maximum $50. Could be $100, okay, if you want to go beyond that, if you want to go risky, if you're planning to keep the trade going forever, it could be like $100, but still you are safe. This is what I'm trying to say here. The lot size is always compared to the account size. If you have big account, it's alright to use 0.5 lot. If you have very small account like this, it's not okay to go 0.5. So this is what I'm actually doing here. Let me tell you, I just don't like sharing my real account on public, but sometimes I feel like I'm forced to do that. So this is my tradings and you can see the small lot size on this big account. I don't want to reveal how much I have there. And on the other live server, I have a different case here. We can see big losses here. Some big profits like this one, and some big losses as well. So what am I doing here? What is this? And you can see I already entered one trade here as well. Now, what am I doing in this small account? This is the small account where you see me trading like $100 or $200 only. What I'm doing is, instead of keeping all my money, let me tell you this. For example, in the other account, let's say, for example, let's assume that I have a $2,000 as well, all right? But in this account in front of you, I have $50. So what I'm doing here in this small account is I am entering all this money in one trade. So I use lot of one lot. I'm using one lot on this account, while on this one I'm being careful and I'm using 0.20 or 0.50. So the idea here is I am just getting, did I say here 1 by the way? No, 0.50. My apologies. 0.60, 0.60, it all works. So what I'm trying to say here is this account, I have 3 live accounts on IC Markets. I'm trading one of them with big account and the other one with the small account. The small account is just when I'm trying to play and entering big lots on just one trade. So this money is either doubled or gone. I don't care because I can always recover my losses on this account. Now someone will ask me, what the hell? Why are you doing this? What's the point of that? The point of that is I just enjoying growing this money to the maximum. Sometimes I reach $500 from 50, and that actually might take long time if I'm planning to do it on the big account size. So when I'm trading on the $50 account, what I'm doing usually is keep doubling until I reach Friday night and I just want to withdraw the profit. Sometimes I just lose all the trade and sometimes I win it all. That's why you can see here the trades having big losses but also big profits as well. It's not like, you know, it's not how can I say that? It's not consistently profitable. Sometimes I just doing very bad. That is normal. If we check the history, you can see a lot of losses. That is why I need to explain to you here what's going on. What is the reason for most of these losses you are seeing in front of you? That is the reason I have to explain to you about the stop loss. So to explain the stop loss, I need to jump to my, of course, demo account. I cannot do it on real. I don't want to risk any real money. So to explain this video, I jump to the demo account. And we can see even the demo doing very well, actually. Alright, so let me just jump to the demo account now. Sorry about that, I just had to pause the video. So again, after jumping to the demo account, now allow me to close this one first. It's annoying me. Now, let me tell you something about the stop loss. How many of you have used the stop loss and then just when you close the trade with the loss, you notice that the candle immediately jumping up again and going in your favor, and you wish that you didn't close it in the first place. You are now biting your fingers, you are biting your nails because the candle has actually, for example, if you place the buy option here, let's say you place the buy here, and the candle kept going down against you, and you are afraid, you are scared now. What you will do, you will close the trade right here. Immediately you will notice that it's just like MT4 is just like it's like teasing you or just want to get in your nerves. Now what MT4 is doing is going against you, and you notice now the market, it's like the market is waiting for you to close the trade within the loss, then it will reverse. It's just like a spite. It's just miserable situation. I know all of us have been in this situation. Just right when you close the trade in loss, immediately the market went up and boom, shoot, not only recover the losses but shooting up to the skies like it's gonna give you the biggest profit of your life if you only waited and was more patient to wait on this trade to stay on instead of closing it. How many of you had this situation? Of course, all of us. None of us didn't have this situation. Everyone who entering Forex will go in this situation where they will be afraid of losing more money. Actually, when you are a beginner, you will be having sweaty hands and you will be scared immediately once your trade going against you or going in negative. That is normal. Don't be afraid. Don't be nervous. It's totally normal behavior that you are, of course, we are here to make money. We don't want to lose the money. So the important thing here to know how to deal with the losses when they occur. Now, why did I show you the first two accounts I have, the one with the big account and the one with the smaller account? There was a purpose to show you these two live accounts, which I actually, by the way, don't like sharing to the public at all. But I had to do it because I must explain to you the difference between these two types of accounts on live accounts. On the bigger account, and by the way, it's not $2,000. I'm just assuming. I don't want to say the real number, but for example, on the $2,000 account, vs the $50 account, I'm using here all lot or big lot or actually the maximum lot, and here I'm using a proper and reasonable lot sizes. So what's the difference here? Let me tell you. The difference, let's talk about the $2,000 account. Okay? On the $2,000 account, if on this trade, for example, let's say, for example, I place here buy option. All right. So now I place the buy option here. Now what will gonna happen later? I'm hoping that the candle will actually reverse and it will go up here and give me some profit. But what happens is actually against me, and now I'm losing money. The candle is just shooting down and going more and more down, and now I am in loss. All right. Don't panic. You are in loss. That is normal. Let the candle go on loss. In case only if you are using proper lot size, you should be safe. For example, for this $2,000, you will lose lot size of 0.10. Okay, as a beginner, you will do that. So if you used the lot size of 0.1, okay, 0.1 on this account, that is not actually gonna cost you a lot if the trade kept losing and losing. Even if you lost 50 pips or 60 pips, you are still fine. What you can do now is a mind game. What you will do when your trade go against you and now you are losing more money, you can do something nice, which is ignore it. Let it go to hell. Don't give a damn about it. No need to worry about it. Just ignore it. Don't pay attention to this trade. Now the trade is losing. It's okay. You can lose all for I care for. You can keep going in loss because I'm using safe lot size. What I will do now, if I see one trade is losing, for example, GBP CAD now is losing. Okay, let it lose. I will just jump to another trade immediately, just like that. I will just try to find another trade, and again I will use same reasonable amount of lot size comparing to my account, and I'm going to fix my current loss by this trade. So for example, now I see the support here. I see that I'm on support, so I'm gonna place, this is demo account, so it's okay. I'm placing buy. Now I'm hoping that with this trade, the next trade, I am fixing my previous loss. So for example, if my previous loss, you can see this trade already going in profit now. If my previous trade is losing, for example, let's say $20. So my previous trade is losing $20 so far, but this one is actually making money. Now I can recover the losses from the current trade. And you can see also your balance is actually increasing. You will see the equity only getting smaller, but the balance itself will keep growing because you have only one losing trade that is actually going on while the other trades are in profit. You can, even if you want to open another trade, you can just check the market here and there. Okay, now I see I'm on a support level here, so this is gonna be buy. So now I have another trade that I am actually recovering the losses of the first one. So total you have now 3 trades going on. Okay, whatever, this, you can just assume that this is trades. So you have 3 trades. Now one is going in loss and 2 are going in profit. Now, of course, you should have a very powerful strategy to do that. If your strategy is bad, then this might not work because now the problem is your strategy, not your money management. But of course, there is a lot of things we need to talk about. You cannot just keep the trade running forever in loss. Otherwise, you will go in margin call. So let me just write for you the things we need to pay attention for when there is a trade going in loss. First of all, number 1, don't use stop loss. How many times I said that, I don't know. Don't use a stop loss. Stop loss is your enemy, not your friend at all. It is just there to make sure you have lost the money. I believe personally that the only purpose of stop loss is to confirm you have lost your trade, not to confirm that you have stopped the loss. It is to confirm that this money is gone and they don't want you to keep your money in the market. They want to take it, and the only way to take it is using a stop loss. And of course, the mentality of the stop loss, the word stop loss, is attractive to the traders. They can put a different word. Why they said stop loss? In my opinion, they could have used another word such as cancel trade or whatever. You get my point. But stop loss is like more attractive, that okay, I want to stop the losses here, so please don't make me lose more. It's like a saving way. It's like the word that I use, the word stop loss, the sentence, it's like they are saving you. It's like the savior. I want to save you. I want to save your account. So stop loss. Please don't listen to that. Don't use stop loss. Now, what you can do next? Keep the trade running. Keep the trade running. But keep your eyes on it. Why? What is the point? The point is when the trade is going in loss, you need to understand what did happen wrong. For example, JPP CAD, or no, let me just find another better example. I want to, okay, for example, guys, for example, you draw the line here and you place sell right here. All right, so now here we have a sell option, but the market continue to go more up and you are now going in panic. Now your trade is losing 26, 27, almost 30 pips of loss. Now you are going in panic. What you should do now is keep your eyes on the trade. Okay, so the candles did not reverse on this resistance, but you also have this resistance here. So now there is a chance that the market will actually behave or actually be loyal to this resistance level here. And even if the candle did not reverse here, you still have this resistance level as well. So now maybe the candles will reverse on this level. It depending on the market, it depending on the reason why the market is going up. What is the reason this currency USD, why the USD is flying up? You have to understand, you have to be aware. What's wrong? Is the USD going up because of some news? Did Donald Trump make such a just nice speech as usual? Did the gold prices go down? You have to check what is the reason. If there was no news, then you can just be calm. Be sure that the USD here should reverse at one of these resistance levels you have here. Again, if you are using a proper size lot, if you are using a proper lot size, you should be safe. So always analyze the trade. Now this trade going wrong. Okay, so let me now move my trend line, my resistance line here, and I will draw another resistance line here. So I should be safe I need to keep my eyes on the market. I'm sure that the candle should actually reverse at one of these levels. Let me go to these trades. Now they are going on loss. This is a good example what we are seeing in front of us. So now, front of you, I thought that the market will reverse actually on this support attempt number 2. Now you can see the market is not reversing there. So what I will do? Shall I close it? It's all $17 in loss. No, don't close it. You have here, look at that, here, like this. You have here another attempt of support, here. So now you have another chance that the market will actually reverse here. So don't rush to close your trade in loss. You can close it to broke even. If you are aware of the market condition, and if you are using a small loss size compared to your account, you should always be fine. You should always be safe. Nothing wrong at all. Remember, this trade might be going in loss and it might lose actually, but you can always recover from the other trades. So you can see now we have opened 2 trades. This one still not yet broke the support level. So what I can do is I can open a 3rd trade to recover the losses. But actually, guys, here's the trick. I need to explain to you this. If you are not experienced, if you are not familiar with the strategy, if you don't know what to do, don't do that. Don't do it. I don't want to feel guilty. I'm just explaining to you how the professional traders deal with their losses. The professional traders, they never use a stop loss. They always analyze the market. They always observing the market, keeping their eyes on the news, on the market, on the price action. They're always checking the market. Okay, so if the trade goes wrong, what are the odds now? Where the market can reverse and be back in profit again. That's how the professional traders work. If you think they are using stop loss, you are dreaming. So, did we write this? Yeah. Keep your eyes on the trade. Number 3, check the news to know and to see why did the trade go wrong. Example for that is we can use the website, this one, Finviz. Finviz can actually save us because it can tell us if we have bought the horribly wrong pair. For example, NZD is currently the weakest. It's the very weak with 1.50% down. It's the weakest currency. So now we should know that we should not buy NZD. Let's check the NZD USD. Before I check it, I'm betting you the NZD USD is going down and down and down. Check it out. NZD is diving actually. It's sinking like a Titanic. NZD is the weakest currency now. So if you, for example, if you place buy here, if you place here buy, then you see the market just going down against you over and over and over, and you keep losing the pips one after another. You can just check this website so you can see, okay, NZD is very weak. It will be wiser if I close this trade with a loss. No point to keep it running. Most likely actually the NZD will keep going down and down actually until this support level here, until this support level. So what if there was no news? Okay, if there was no news, then you have to go back to step number 2. Keep the trade running, but keep your eyes on it, meaning just expect where the market should actually now reverse, and this trade should be back in profit. Now, step number 4, look for another trade. Look for another trade now and try to recover the losses. Now here you have to be careful. You don't want to make the losses even deeper. You don't want to make the losses actually much bigger than they are. Be extra careful at this point. Now in this level you are trying to recover the losses. You are not here to make them even worse. So what you can do now, is just look for another setup using the basic hit and run if you want. And for example here, now this trade is going in loss. Now I'm losing almost 8 pips on this trade. So let me try to find another one so I can recover. Actually, right now I don't think the market is giving me much options. Only this one. We have to see the total amount. So we can see now total amount of total losing amount is $18. But we have one trade losing 14, the other one losing 4, yet the total now is 14. That is because I have one trade here is actually recovering the losses, and that is CHFJPY is now in $7 profit. So by that, I am reducing the losses. My friends, your problem sometimes, I'm not talking to everyone, for the beginners. The beginners, usually they are looking at these, not at the total. They are looking at these trades. They ignore the total. You should actually focus on the total. That is what you are caring for. Some of them, they don't want to close this trade in loss. They want to close all of them in loss. So even if this was in profit, this was in profit, but this one is in loss, they don't want to close it until all of them in loss. No need to be so greedy. You don't have to be so greedy like that. You just focus on the total. If the total is profit, you are in profit. That is what you should care for. So now we need to increase the total. And that is by actually finding another setup. So I'm trying to find quickly some setups here that can give me profit actually. And actually I trust this one. The NZD is falling down. I think CAD was the first currency. JPY. Okay. Still we are good. So I believe this one should be actually 8 pips should give me a good profit. What I'm trying here is I want to show you that we can always recover the losses. Now you can see the second trade now is actually going back in profit. That was the one that was in loss. Now it's actually in profit. Now we can see the first trade is $10 in loss, but total okay, now they are changing. Total amount of loss was only $4 a few seconds ago. Always, guys, you can recover the losses when they occur. Don't rush to use the stop loss. Let me just write it down. So, number 5. Number 5. When your trade is actually going in loss, you have to check the price action. Check the price action to know if your trade, if there is hope for reversal or not. Now this step actually might be a little bit tricky because this will need a whole another video so we can explain the price action. Which one was in loss? This one. So this one, let me tell you something. This price action is actually one of my favorite price actions, indicating that the market should actually go up and reverse. If it was bullish, if it was bearish trend, it should be actually bullish now. But there is a problem here. There is a problem. My problem here now in this scenario is these 2 wicks here, these 2 long wicks. This one usually does not really work. When you see, so I don't know how to explain this, to be honest now. When you see up on a support level a candle that look like this, and I have actually explained that already in one of the videos, you can check it on my channel, how to read the candlesticks. If the market is going down in a bearish momentum, this candle here, by seeing this candle with a small wick at its bottom and long wick at its top, meaning the market now is going to reverse and go up. But seeing 2 candles here like that with long wicks, now here is different story, because what we are seeing here now is a support zone that has been breaking out like that. Sorry, it's actually like that. Yes. So now what we are having is this support zone, and this support zone has been broken out by this long red candle. Now this is a different story. Most likely what will gonna happen now in this scenario, that this candle will go a little bit up here and this shoot more down, it will fall more and more down. So actually now, after reading the price action, I should know that this trade should be closed in loss, even though I don't want to, but the price action now is against me. The candle has closed like that with previously 2 long wicks. Most likely, guys, I'm not telling you that I know the future. I'm not telling you that this candle is going down. We are analyzing and we want to reduce the losses to the maximum. So now we can say that this candle most likely it is going more and more down, and you can see it actually going more down. I am on the 1 hour. Let me switch to the 5 minutes. We can see that exactly happening here. You can see the candle just reversed here, and it seems like it's falling more down. So the right action to take here is to close this trade. Now after seeing the price action, I can know that this trade is actually going in loss. Look at that. Now it's going up just after I closed it. It's okay. We are just analyzing, and I want to show you how we should analyze the market. Now, the loss was $8, okay? But the profit is 20, meaning I am now in profit. I have recovered the losses. Nothing to be worried about. It's all good because this trade has been recovered. Look at that. Now it's going up. That is what I just told you in the beginning of the video. How many of you close this trade and just right after you close it, it just go up back again in profit, and you wish you didn't close it? That is exactly what's happening right in front of you, and it happened on live account, unfortunately, to all of us. I'm so glad now it's happening on the demo. So I'm just playing on this account, nothing serious, nothing to be careful for. So let me close now all of them in profit, so you can see how we were able to actually turn the loss in profit. So number 6. Always keep the lost. Where is number 6? Keep the loss, or the losing trade to be. Keep the losing trade to be going until you see signals for how can I say that? Signals that confirming that you have lost this trade. That is what we just saw now by using the support and resistance zones. Once the recovers were made, you can close your losing trade with minimum loss or broke even or even profit. What is the meaning of that is we always want to reduce the losses to the maximum. Now we know that there is one trade that's going in loss, and we are sure of that. We have checked everything. We have checked the price action. We have checked everything. We know this trade is going in loss. So what we want to do now is reducing these losses to the maximum by opening another trade to recover, and by closing that trade with the one in loss after seeing the total amount going actually even to broke even, so you will be fine even with a little loss or even a profit. You should always be careful, guys. Please, advice from your brother here, don't use a stop loss. Always there is hope for recover. Always. Just make sure you are checking the market. We are blessed by this market to be going up and down like that, so there is always a hope for recovery. I mean, sorry. For example, if you place your buy option here, even I'm on the 4-hour chart, how many pips that would be against me? 118 pips. If you are using a proper lot size, even with that much of loss, you can still be fine. but I think nobody will keep his trade running 100 pips against him. That is way too much, to be honest. Just the idea here, always expect where the market can reverse. This here, we have here a good example actually. Here, for example, um, right here. For example, you are buying on this support here, and you are expecting the market to reverse, but what you are seeing, this long red candle, and you already placed buy here. Now you are hoping for the market to go up, but what happened? It's just falling down against you. Now you are going in panic. Now you are losing. But how many pips you have lost? Almost 60 pips against you. But if you are able to analyze the market properly, sorry, you should know this is 4-hour chart. Okay, let me mark it. I want to mark my entry point. So you place your buy option sorry guys, hold on. It's in yellow, right? Oof. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, so you place your buy option here. Switch to the daily chart. Where is it? I don't see it. I think there's something wrong with my platform. Should be able to see it. But anyway, by switching to the daily chart, we can know that here we have a support level. Here we have a strong support level, meaning we can always expect the reversal to occur here. I think it's here, by the way, or even here. So we can expect that the market should actually go, even if it's going against us on daily chart, we can see this very strong support level here. So we can expect that the market will reverse at this point and our trade will be back in profit, and that is exactly what happened here. We can see this trade went against us, but if you opened another trade somewhere, 2 trades, 3 trades, but with this time with the proper money management and proper analysis, and you are sure they will be in profit, not like this one, look at what happened later. The trade is back in profit, and instead being in loss, you will be in profit. Now I have to mention again, this might not happen every time. For example, here it did not happen. If you place here buy and you kept the trade running against you even after the support, but the trade is still running against you, I mean, at this time you should check the market. Sorry, you have to check the news. What's the reason for this huge bearish movement? Is it some news? By the way, this seems to be a news. This huge bearish momentum, I think at the AUD a few weeks ago had this, if I remember clearly, AUD had this big fall a few weeks ago. I don't remember what was it about, but this kind of fall is actually related to the news. So once you see that, you should actually close your trade immediately, because it's obviously that there is no hope for this one to recover. Now again, what you have seen in this video is something for the professional traders, something for those who have been in the market for quite a long time, and I'm sorry, but it's really hard to be profitable in this market if you are not experienced enough. You have to be very experienced trader in order to survive in this market and in order to make continuous profit every day. And until then, it might take a hell of time, hell of experience, and hell of losses which you have to go through in order to learn. Please don't give up. Don't ever give up on Forex. It is a beautiful market once you understand it, and I hope I am able here to make it easier for you to understand Forex market. So until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.